have a question to the director, George, and maybe Neil or Bella. I was wondering if you guys consider your art political, and if so, how can movies these days help fight the rise of fascism in Europe and America?
Well, I think we live in a strangely algorithmic and divided world right now. And so as artists, I'm always interested in doing things that are apolitical, because we're all, as humans, wanting to connect in some way. That's why we experience things together. And so when you get to go to a film where you're caring about the people, you're caring about the heart of what's happening. You know, you're watching this film of these young adults growing up under the umbrella of a world where some of them won't. And I think that is so touching and also kind of exciting and rebellious and horny. And like, it's fun to be able to witness that without having to process it through a contemporary lens, right?
Actor Neil Patrick Harris fell flat on his face when answering this question.
I make my own choices as a performer, as an artist, to do just that. While I have my own political opinions, which are my own, I think as a performer, especially in this kind of movie, it's trying to be as inclusive as possible to as many people as possible.
This was definitely a Republicans buy sneakers too vibe. He wasn't alone in failing to meet the moment.
I have a question for Channing.
Sorry, can you speak up just a little bit more?
Sorry, I have a question for Channing. You must have surely seen the political debate about the festival this year. Have you considered signing the open letter by Hollywood artists who have criticized the festival for what they feel is a silencing campaign when it comes to solidarity with Palestine?
So, I don't even know what's happening exactly.
He's been on.
Oh, I think I didn't hear very much of what you said, but now I think I do.
So, okay, thank you for your question, and we're happy to discuss with you afterwards. But I think we'll move to another question.
Actor Channing Tatum played dumb on a serious question asked by a reporter, as captured by the cameras. PR would swoop in and do their thing.
I guess my question is to Ethan, and the whole team is welcome to answer as well. Just now it was revealed that there's an open letter signed by several of your peers, Tilda Swinton, Adam McKay, Javier Bardem, about criticizing the festival's silencing of discussions of politics and Palestinian voices. So I want your opinion on how your fellow acting peers who have been known to be silenced or criticized for speaking up, and how you feel about Palestinian voices, artists being criticized or silenced as there is an ongoing genocide.
All right, I'll start. I don't know enough about what you're asking to speak about the names that you suggested. I have no context for that question. I often, last time I spoke publicly about any of this, I was really shocked at how much animosity it was met with, people saying things like actors shouldn't talk about politics or things like that. And I really feel like the answer is the absolute inverse, is that everybody should be, we're all citizens of the world and all of us matter and all of us have a voice and everybody's welcome to disagree. That's part of the benefits of living in a free society. The more that we talk about it and make it a priority in our life and taking care of all the children, that's our job as grown-ups, is to take care of the young people in our lives and make sure they have a good world to be born into and thrive into. I feel like there's a slight agenda to your question that is different than my agenda, but I respect you.
Ethan Hawke gave a very, very telling answer as well, starting with Neil Patrick Harris.
Back in October of 2011, Neil Patrick Harris and his husband decided to throw a Halloween party. Now, they thought that it would be absolutely hilarious if they had a meat platter designed in the corpse of Amy Winehouse. Amy Winehouse had just passed away 3 months prior to this event. And if you were confused about who the meat platter was supposed to be, they made sure you knew. So everybody in the world can also see it. Justin Makita decided to tweet a picture of it out, which I will not show because I personally, I went and looked for it. I wish that I hadn't seen what I saw. It is absolutely horrifying. But he decided to tweet it out, and he said, look who showed up at actually NPH and Gourmet MD's Halloween party last night, looking good.
Besides your fabulous husband, David. Dreamboat, yeah. Who's your celebrity crush? Oh. David knows it, so I guess it's not a bad thing to say. Nick Jonas. He was really good looking before it was kind of allowed to think he was good looking. Right. Which was a bit of a problem. You kind of had to wait till he turned to be, Yes, 19 to 20.
He's always been kind of trash. And now he is getting wrecked by many.
These are not real things that affect him. He lives in a gated community with security. He is gay married, but the Overton window is not going to shift to the point where his marriage is being threatened. He was born in the United States as a white man. His parents were born in the United States as a white man and a white woman. No one getting deported. He's not transgender. His health care isn't in danger. He can afford it if prices go up. All of this is abstract, algorithmic, a technological hallucination that we can choose to opt in or opt out of. So he's choosing to opt out because he has no skin in the game. So he doesn't have to care.
I despise when people choose to spend their words and their breath saying absolutely nothing.
We should be clear, and I have discussed this many times. The arts are political. Why do you think so much of art represents rebellion, dissent, going up against the monarchy, going up against tyranny, going up against authoritarianism? In this current climate, going up against fascism. It is because, like sports, not only does it represent the times, but it represents the people. The people are the ones who support it. We're the ones who prop it up because we see something in ourselves represented. And for a well-off multimillionaire to say things like this, or for Channing Tatum to ignore it altogether, really, it shows me a lot, considering who has spoken up, considering that Javier Bardem has really been a strong advocate. Pep Guardiola, a strong advocate. And now you're seeing these dudes who are basically saying, yeah, I try to be apolitical. You're telling on yourself. And it's deeply disappointing. Hey, I appreciate you watching. Now, if you can, please do become a channel member by going to youtube.com/tytsports and clicking the join button. If that's too much for you, you can just go to tyt.com/join to become a member. It helps all of us out here at the Young Turks and keeps our network afloat. In addition, you could follow me on my socials on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Appreciate the love. Have a great day.